Now, I don't think that height correlates to on-field success, but as of late I've been noticing that teams are getting bigger. Literally. Now, if we look around at football, it seems as though that we are well past the era of small, technically brilliant players dominating every single season. A prime example was Pep's Barcelona, an 11 filled with technically brilliant players that were not really gifted in the height department. Small attackers, small midfielders, and even small defenders, all based on a playstyle to outwit your opponents with the ball on the ground. Pep was the one that reintroduced this into the modern era, and managers like Arsene Wenger replicated it in the Premier League. Obviously not to the same standard, not with the same success, not even good, but we did. Having this team that could retain the ball and gradually work their way up the pitch by retaining possession was a counteract to these beefy teams that were just slide tackling people and sending them to Mars. But slowly we are seeing that football is going a full circle and we are going back to the old times, with teams now opting to not only invest in technical skill but presence on the pitch and also height. Set pieces have become essential to the way teams function, and without them, some of the best teams in the league wouldn't be where they are right now. Look at Arsenal with 18 set piece goals this season. They lead the league with the most goals from set pieces, and a lot of it can come down to the recent investment that they've had in the height department within the squad. Not only do Arsenal now play 4 centre backs in their defensive line, but they all stand over 186 centimeters tall. That's roughly 6'2". Arsenal also invested in Declan Rice, an imposing defensive midfielder, along with the likes of Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, a technically brilliant player that also stands at around 190 centimeters tall, or 6'4". It's this perfect balance of technical ability and height that is proving to unearth some versatile gems in the league this season. And another player who was linked with Arsenal over the summer and even in the January transfer window was Amadou Onana, another lanky central defensive midfielder that stands at 194 centimeters tall, but is also a technically gifted player. But when I look at him, he's not really at Arsenal level, but just because of his imposing presence, he's being linked with Arsenal and we are actually interested in him, and teams are looking at players like him being able to not only be imposing in the air but brilliant on their feet to be brought into their squad. Now, he is someone that could easily thrive in a team that is doing well already in the set piece department, like the likes of Aston Villa and Arsenal. Imagine if they also bought in to a 6'4" centre mid. And what I like to call this change is the Stoke-ification of football. Now, this is because back in the days when Stoke City first arrived in the Premier League, they were filled with these dominant, lanky players that would just crash, smash and destroy anyone that touched them. They played this long style football. They had Peter Crouch up top, they had Adam Shawcross at the back, you know, all these guys, Rory Delap, scoring from throw-ins. And the only real way to counter their style of play back in the day, because they were so dominant at times, was to have these technically brilliant Smurfs on your side to pass around these Goliaths on the ground where they couldn't get to them. Keep the ball on the ground, move it swiftly, and these guys will gas out. Keep the ball in play, no throw-ons, no set pieces, and we will be good. But over the years, football has changed, and now we're going back to becoming like Stoke City. It's a circle.
If you're bored, right, send me a picture.
You know, football just goes in circles, just like trends. Old trends become new trends and new trends become old trends, just like in anything. And it also has a lot to do with influence. Now, Pep Guardiola's influence on football is outstanding, and right now I truly believe that his mind dictates where football goes in the next few years. Guardiola has brought back this style and desire to have a big number 9 up top when he brought in Haaland. He also, in my opinion, pioneered this new wave of having 4 centre backs in a back line. He's an innovator, and an innovator can't thrive without change. So do I actually believe that height matters in football? No. You know, the best player of a generation, of a lifetime, one of, if not the best player, Lionel Messi, stands below 6 foot, you know, below 5'8", below average, and literally he can tear up a team by himself. So really, this argument is invalid. But right now in the current meta that we're in, I do believe that height plays a big role and is going to play a big role in what teams are going to achieve in the near future. And the teams that don't adapt to this new system will be left behind. That's why we'll probably see in the upcoming transfer windows that teams are going to start buying imposing players that bring not only skill to their club, but a presence that will help them in their season. And eventually players will just get bigger. But am I going to grow taller? Is the real question. Come on. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, stay safe, stay blessed, and peace.